From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. You know, we started off the weekend yesterday with very active weather in some spots. Places like Modoc County and many of the eastern mountains didn't see much activity at all. We wrapped up the weekend, nice day, and I do expect it to be a little bit warmer as we go into the next few days. Before we go into the deeper dive forecast, let's get you through Kruger's Quickcast first. Just taking a look at what we can expect for tonight and tomorrow in about a minute or two. And there you can, of course, see those temperatures tonight dropping down to the mid to upper 50s. So another cool start to the day as we go into your Monday. Taking a look at Futurecast, this is what we're looking at here. Looks like we are going to be looking at some of that fog developing along the coast tomorrow morning, but otherwise clear skies elsewhere. Then we go into the afternoon, a lot of that fog will dissipate here for the coast. Plenty of sunshine for pretty much all of Northern California throughout the day tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, looks like temperatures, I think we may still struggle to kind of get out of that 80-degree mark, but we'll still call for maybe some low 90s for some of us in the valley. Otherwise, we're looking at those temperatures in the 60s and 70s for the higher elevations. And there, of course, you can see Trinidad about 70, 66 degrees in Eureka. All right, let's go and take a look at, first of all, our 7-day outlook here. And you can see here, again, those temperatures staying right around 90 for those daytime highs, but then a little bit warmer for your Tuesday, Wednesday before we see a dip in our temperatures. And what's that? Another chance for showers by the end of the week, this upcoming weekend. And not to mention much cooler weather. That'll be the case for everyone. The coast, inland, the mountains, the valley, all seeing that chance for showers possibly by Friday, Saturday. This is a bit of a broad brush, so we'll probably fine-tune a little bit better here as we get closer to the end of next week. So it's a stay tuned type of forecast. All right, that's Kruger's Quickcast. You can go on with your evening, but first, before we get to the deeper dive, I do want to remind you that there are many different ways that you can get your forecast here at Weather NorCal, and one of them is from the 24-hour streaming channel. I've had it since day one. If you have a Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, you can actually download the free Weather NorCal app on those devices, and you can, just for the click of a button, you're watching the 24-hour streaming channel. It has everything you come to expect. A lot of your local weather and some special programming too. You can also get that from the Weather NorCal YouTube channel as well. Just search for Weather NorCal and you'll be good to go. Not only can you watch the 24-hour streaming channel on YouTube from your smart TV, but you can also kind of choose to watch the latest forecast as well. Check it out. All right, here's your weather headlines. Another cool day, but dry. All right, temperatures, that's what we saw here for today, right? Temperatures will be slightly warmer next week. Highs stay below normal all next week, but cooler with possible showers by the end of next week. Yeah, things are getting a little bit more interesting. All right, so let's take a look at the winds. And here's the good news. Yes, okay, it's a little breezy out here, and there's going to be a little bit slightly elevated fire risk here, especially to the very far eastern portions of Lassen and Modoc counties. But overall, you look at the trend here across the board. We're really not seeing any major wind events. And in fact, even the afternoon breezes that we typically see, they're actually going to be weaker than we've seen for quite a while. Unfortunately, the humidity levels are low, but again, much like last week, because it was cooler, our humidity levels were up, and as a result, that's going to help the firefighters. So that's really the good that's coming out when we're talking about our fire danger. We go into Tuesday, again, same situation, basically in the teens. All right, so we're not in the single digits, low single digits like we were just a few weeks ago, right? Now, we take a look at the fire weather risk, which takes into account temperature, wind, and humidity, and look at this. I mean, we're mainly in the low category for all of Northern California, including the valley, the eastern mountains. We take into Tuesday, a little bit of elevated fire risk as we do see temperatures increase a little bit here, but still not that bad. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast, kind of take you beyond tomorrow. And again, you can see here some of that fog to start off the day along the coast. That should clear out probably by the second half of the day. Otherwise, just a couple of passing high clouds for some of us here for your Monday. And then Tuesday, yeah, it looks like just a couple of afternoon clouds developing here, but mainly dry conditions. All right, taking a look at the long range here. And yeah, I mean, we've got an area of low pressure that's going to dive down from the south. By the end of next week, into that next weekend, we could be talking about a chance for some showers Friday, Saturday. Now, the thing is, the timing of that and the overall intensity is going to depend on where that low pressure ends up. If it ends up on top of us Friday, Saturday, we're talking rain and much cooler weather. If it ends up to the west, which some of the forecast models have been kind of going back and forth on that, less rain, but still those cooler temperatures. So bottom line, and again, we kind of look at the bigger story here. Here's that area of low pressure that impacted us yesterday. That's moving on out here as we go into tomorrow and Tuesday. But behind it is another area of low pressure that I've got my eyes on. So that'll be here, as I mentioned, by the end of next week. So the positioning of this low, again, as I mentioned, will determine whether or not we see rain, how much rain we see, and how cool it will get, depending on where this low pressure is. Yesterday, this forecast model had it over here. That supports the cooler weather, but it doesn't necessarily support the rainfall. But bottom line, through next week, this area of low pressure here will keep this area of high pressure and the heat associated with it from moving in. And as a result, we keep our temperatures below normal. But by the end, we knew it was going to last forever. It's August, right? By the end of next weekend, into next week, that low pressure system will go way up to the north into Canada. Now we've got this one up here. We'll see how much that impacts us, but we're going over a week now. But you get the idea. The heat may begin to rebuild, and we could even be talking about upper 90s and triple digits as we get into, of course, this is this week, right? Temperatures staying below normal, but by the end of next weekend into the next week, yeah, it looks like we will be looking at those temperatures beginning to increase closer to normal and maybe even slightly above normal. But again, it's August. These are the temperatures we are expected to usually see. So this is another welcome sight. Week 2, by the way. Week 2 of these below normal temperatures. So we look at the wave heights for tomorrow. Not that much of an issue, right? They're going to be staying fairly low. And then that'll be the case here as we take you into your Tuesday as well. So no big changes there. Nothing to be concerned about if you have to be on a small boat. Here's what I expect here for tonight. Temperatures, as mentioned earlier, mid to upper 50s, so another cool start to the day. There you can see in the 40s for many of the higher elevations, low 50s along the coast here for tonight. Here is your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. 86 for Lewiston, 85 for Trinity Center tomorrow. So really, yes, it's warming up a little bit, but not much. I mean, we're still in the upper 80s here for your Monday through Wednesday, and then there's that dip in the temperatures. This is going to be one of those things we're going to have to fine-tune. It's a stay-tuned forecast, if you will, because we'll be fine-tuning when and where that rain will be, if we even see any, and how much cooler it will get. But it's looking pretty nice. There you can see for the coast, also that chance for showers. So again, I've got that broad brush forecast here for Friday, Saturday for everyone in Northern California. See that chance for showers Friday, Saturday. Otherwise, looking at temperatures just a little bit warmer over the next few days before we see another dip in our temperatures by the end of next week. There you can see temperatures are going to be in the low 80s for many of us in Siskiyou County, although up to the northeastern Siskiyou County, upper 70s. For Modoc County, right around 80, give or take. There's that chance for showers possibly by the end of next week into next weekend. 77 degrees for Shingletown, 81 for Chester. There you can see 77 for Fall River Mills and Portola, about 81 degrees. And for your Valley neighborhood forecast, how about those upper 80s for tomorrow? This may be, I may be a little conservative with these temperatures, but, bottom line, it's going to be a gradual increase and not a huge increase either, because even when we warm things up a little bit here by Tuesday, Wednesday, it's not going to be by much. We're going to keep those temperatures well below normal for this time of the year before we see another dip in our temperatures by the end of next week. And again, that broad brush forecast, which will be fine-tuning better, that stay-tuned forecast as we get a better idea as we get closer to Friday and Saturday with that chance for showers. Well, that is your evening update. Of course, I will be back tomorrow morning with your update at 6 a.m. And for your Monday morning, too, we'll be looking at Coffee with Kruger starting at 7 a.m. for a live update on the weather. And, of course, looking at the latest on the fires as well. Have yourselves a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.